Just as Odin is synonymous with Zeus and Osiris, and you have Typhoon, the main enemy of Osiris, and Set, the enemy of Osiris and Horus, Apep is the main enemy of Ra, also called Apophis. And you see in this picture, he's holding a divine rod, divine staff, and he's dealing with the demon god Apep, the dark side god Apep. Now, it's important to notice that Ra hired a cat deity to take on Apep. So not hired, but empowered. And that would be Bastet. And I even have the picture here. So, those various creatures that Ra used to battle the dark demon god. You see, what Eve did in the garden was she let in the knowledge of both good and evil. The knowledge of good was supposed to be the one that came out, that was going to come out incrementally. But Eve let in the dark side temple. And then the various gods from Egypt had to intervene. The ones that are portrayed as rabbits, the ones as cats, Sekhmet even. Okay, there's different tools of the light temple. And in this instance, we have even fire being used. We even have the tree of life being portrayed here as well. So there is no question that the Bible and the Torah and many other religions draw from the stories of ancient Egypt directly. That is no coincidence. Well, as you can see in this picture of Apep, you have him almost always portrayed as coiled around something. And as we go on to the next picture, you have the rabbit, which is Sekhat, the Egyptian hare. This is the Easter, Aster, and it goes on to the etymology of Easter and how the rabbit comes into play in Christianity as well. I mean, everything that's a symbol in Christianity is a symbol from ancient Egypt, and it proves many of my points at the same time. Psychiatry, race of the ancient Egyptians, the Nubians, the Illuminati, the migration of peoples, and the migration of religions, and secret societies, all at the same time. Now, we go on to another depiction of Apep. As you can see, he has wings. This is why you have demons having wings as well, and that is carried on in pictures. And also you notice that he also has a halo, which implies a divine connection, which is where the devil used to be an angel as well, etc. And in the various depictions of Apep and Sekhet, you also have the depiction I showed you earlier. It's very similar to Sekhat, when you have Bast being portrayed and empowered by Ra to take on Apep. So what you have here is the migrations of symbolism, the migrations of deities and symbols, writing systems, traditions, contextual cultures, etc. It's important to notice that the different temples, like at Dhaka and the Nile Delta minor temples and the ruins, and also, you know, all the Arab name temples, El Hisn, El Maska, Huta, etc. So, whether it's a temple dedicated to Amenhotep, whether it's a tomb, whether we're talking about the Valley of the Kings, Dendera, Luxor, Thebes, etc., or the temple of Khnum at Isna. We are going to come across the same gods, and the temples migrate to other places like the temple in the Sinai, and so did the Jews, so did the religion. What place are we fighting over here? What was Jerusalem? Israel was part of ancient Egypt as well. The original Israelites were Canaanites, descended from Ham, part of the black ancient Egyptian empire, and the Semites who mingled with them were the Jews. So the people migrated the knowledge, the servants, the different armies, the different cults for the pharaohs. And you had the fighting systems, the writing systems, the systems of alchemy, astrology, the secret society systems, the Masonic symbolism, signs, the biochemical, astrotheology, etc. All these are principles and schools of thought from ancient Egypt, which were all part of the same temple: medicine, spirituality, education, agriculture, war arts. So why was Serket called upon on Ra's behalf? Because Ra uses the different instruments at his disposal to get his will across, just like in Revelations, using the different plagues to punish the sinners, and the locusts, and the insects with lions' heads, etc. The sun. We see that the light is used to punish as well as reward. We see the truth. Whether we're talking about the temple of Alexandria, the Taposiris Magna, the Sobek-Ray temple, a Kasar Koran, we are talking about temples to gods, cults, and pharaohs, Tutmosis III, at Abydos, at Amen at Dir. What are we talking about here? We are talking about truths, Marin Ptah, mortuary temples. We are talking about war temples, sun temples, cult temples, the ruins of other temples, the migrations of temples, the location, sacred ground, ritual, dimensional thinking. By now you should understand the things that I'm saying, that even Rastafari comes from principles of ancient Egypt to Christianity, from Judaism to Christianity all the way down to Rastafari. Mormonism followed ancient Egypt to Judaism to Christianity to Mormonism, etc., to different sects. So we are branching out here. It's the tree of life, the tree of knowledge, the tree of religions, the tree of the light temple and the dark temple as well. So the evolution of the temple of Seti seems to be evolving quicker than the evolution of the temple of Ra, and that is the problem.